everyone. Welcome to another episode of Missions by You. I'm Brenna with my co-host Maya, and today we're here with Jeanne Geoffray and Jeanna Barrett. Jeanne Geoffray is a co-founder of the 431 Exchange, a nonprofit dedicated to advocating for equal and affordable access to adult education. Jeanna Barrett is an educator, recent graduate, and past scholarship winner. Her daughters, Dariana and Jada, are also scholarship winners. Welcome to Missions by You, Jeanne and Jeanna.
Hey,
Thank you.
so happy to be here.
Thank you for
We're
having
happy
us.
to have you. I'm happy to hear your stories. So, Jeanne, can you tell us what the goals of the 431 Exchange are?
Well, the goals are to award scholarships to adult learners, whether it be from 18 years old to 75, whether you're going to college, a university, or a trade school. So we offer scholarships. You have to be a Louisiana resident going to school in Louisiana. So that's our goal moving forward.
So it's specific to Louisiana.
Yes.
Wow. And what's the origin story of that?
That's a great question. In 1965, when the Civil Rights Bill was passed, a small secretarial school was opened in New Orleans in the French Quarter and trained mainly African American women. And these women learned not only hard skills such as typing and shorthand, but soft skills such as public speaking, current affairs, Black history. And they went on to be one of the first, if not the first, women to integrate the workplaces, the white workplaces in New Orleans in the Deep South. And my mom was the director. So it holds a special place in my heart.
So that school was specifically for African American women?
It was mainly for African American. They graduated 431 students, and I think it was 17 white women graduated. So it was mainly African American people who were in low paying jobs or if any jobs.
And that's where the 431 comes from.
Right, the 431. So, and we formed the nonprofit. We not only wanted to honor, of course, our mother, but we wanted to honor the 431 graduates of the school.
Wow, that's amazing.
Sweet. So, Jeanna, how did you get involved with the organization?
Well, my aunt, who was one of the students of the school back then, back in 1970, she went through the program. They became the first group of women to integrate places like, she's told me she's worked for places like Shell, IBM, different industries like that. And she remembered that I had a daughter in college. She gave me a call and said, hey, we have this scholarship available. Would your daughters be interested? And of course, my daughters were. So my first daughter, Dariana, she did the application to get a scholarship. She was awarded. Then my youngest daughter went to college. She also applied and she won the scholarship. And then I started school and it was offered to me. I was told that I could also apply. I applied and I was awarded a scholarship.
Oh, wow. So you actually got the scholarship after your daughters did.
Yes. So all three of us did. Yeah.
Can I
That's
say
amazing.
something about Gina's story?
Of course.
Is that okay?
Please.
So Jeanna doesn't know this, but I'm in the background of Connie calling me, telling me about First Dariana and how like she was the hype person. And like we met Dariana, fell in love with her, awarded her a scholarship, started following her on Instagram. She was a filmmaker. And then she says, well, I have a sister, Jada. Yes, she can apply. And then Jada applied, a dancer at Natchitoches, an amazing woman in a different way. And then they said, well, my mom would like to apply. Like, wait a minute, bring her on. If she has these two amazing daughters, what is she going to be like? Jeanna gets on the Zoom interview with us. It was one of the best we've ever had for our scholarship winners. So, yes, it's an incredible family.
Thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
I love hearing about this
Mm-hmm.
multi-generational, like from your aunt
Yeah.
working for these big companies, what this will do for you, and now your daughters too.
Yes, yes. It has been the 431 exchange has been very instrumental in my family, not just from my aunt, obviously, because if you let her tell her story, she will tell you that this organization has set her up for life. She has not only made good friends, made great connections, but it opened so many doors for her. It even opened up her confidence in being able to work in all these different industries and learn more. She is an amazing woman. I've learned a lot from her, and the strength that she has, I guess it passed down to me, because I feel like just as she kind of started in the industry to become a model for the rest of the generations behind her, I find that I'm in that same position where I didn't want to just get my bachelor's or my master's, but now I'm earning my doctorate. And I just want my daughters and anyone else, the other generations behind me, to know that they can do it. And if they are in need of just a little bit of assistance, the 431 exchange has been very helpful in allowing us to fulfill whatever our goals are, whether it is to uh, purchase certain things, equipment, like my daughter is in film, or maybe it's that to pay for applications to apply for dance companies, like my youngest daughter. Um, they have been very helpful for us, and I'm very grateful for this opportunity.
That's so sweet. I think also sometimes people just need that encouragement or someone
Mhm.
that can tell them, like, you can do this and here's how you get here. And it's as simple as that.
Mm-hmm. And the
I agree.
barriers to entry seem so small when you're on the outside, but when you're inside and you're looking forward into the future, they get kind of big. I mean, equipment isn't a small thing, but to have a pool of not only monetary resources but women, matriarchs standing beside you, helping you get through it, that's where the real future unfolds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it I can I love Gina's daughters because I met them several years ago and I've seen them blossom and get so much more confidence as they continue through college. And what our niche is at the 431 exchange, you get the initial scholarship, but we continue to follow you through your education. And each year you can get a little bit more money. Even a parking pass is crazy expensive at some of the colleges,
Yeah.
or a stethoscope, or the ballet supplies, or the film supplies. So that's what we do. So each year we talk to them and we talk to them throughout their years, but really get to connect them and offer them more. So I think that's been a great way of learning them and following them throughout their lives.
Yeah, wow. You're invested for the long haul, really.
Yes. And they don't realize that when they get the scholarship because it's really depends on donations. And so it was so much like Jeff and I, my brother said, gosh, if they need money the first year, they're going to need money after that as well. So that's how the whole idea started. We call it a lift scholarship to give them a little extra money each year while they're in school.
Sean, this is a dream. You're just like you're like the fairy godmother, but for
Yeah.
scholarships and opportunities, you just keep coming around.
Well, I think it's Jeff and I growing up, not having a lot of money or no money, that we always needed money. And it's incredible how you call the scholarship winners and they go, oh gosh, you called right at that time. I needed that money. And so if you need
Oh,
money, you can use the money throughout any part of that journey.
wow. Sean, what are you looking forward to for the future of the 431 exchange?
Oh, that's a great question. Well, as I said, to follow these scholars and to get to know them and be part of their lives, and also we at the 431 Exchange have a podcast. We just finished a book. My mom was writing a book when she passed away, so we picked up the book and finished that. And we're now finishing up a documentary about exchange place back in the 1965 to 1972. So we have a lot to look forward to, and it kind of all ties back to our origin story.
Wow. I had a quick question about kind of tangential, but since you mentioned the history of it all, do you know what is in the building of the old secretarial school now in the quarter?
Well, now it's swanky condominiums, still on this dark exchange place street that was scary to walk down in 1965 and 70s. They always say they had to cross over the drunks on the street. And so, but now it's swanky. It's by the Popeyes fried chicken on Canal Street and Exchange Place. Yeah.
Oh.
But maybe we'll get the confidence to knock on one of the doors one time. But before it came our school, I'll just tell you this story. My mom and the priest who actually started the school as well asked 59 landlords to rent to the women, mainly African Americans, and 59 turned them down until one said yes. And it was actually 3 bars that they made it really into a little bubble for the students going there. It was so safe. It was their place, rather than being on the streets of Canal Street back in 1965 amongst all the white workers. But anyway, so that's what it is. So no, I have not been back. I want to go back there and knock on a door one day.
There should be a plaque or something.
Yeah.
That is a goal.
Make some calls.
We started looking at the historical marker for that area, and then a school was named after my mom in 2023. So a lot going
What
on.
school is that?
It's
Sorry.
called the Dr. Alice R. Geoffray School. It's a public school, but right now it houses and it's the home to the New Orleans Career Center, which is an amazing school. Has
I love
nothing to
that
do with us,
crossover.
but it's an amazing school.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
My high school principal runs the career center.
Oh wow, Claire!
Claire
Oh,
Declan.
Jeanne,
That's
yeah.
right.
And she is amazing. She didn't know my mom. My mom didn't know her. They would have been great. But she is hosting an event for us May 13th at the school. So there's a lot of, going back and forth. But yeah, we're happy. We're so happy to have them part of that building.
Yeah. Can you tell us more about the event?
The event, we're bringing together all the 431 graduates who we know, as well as our scholarship winners, to come to an event at the New Orleans Career Center. And we're actually going to honor 2 other educators, one from the New Orleans Career Center called Terrence Payne. I don't know if you know him, and he runs the building program. And then as well as Sister Judith Barrett. She is a 80-some-plus-year-old teacher at St. Mary's Academy who taught one of Mom's graduates, Raphael Morgan, and is part of our board for the 431 exchange. So that's
Wow.
talk about generational. So Terrence and Sister Judith is who we're going to honor.
That's
Cool.
amazing. We'll have to put it on the calendar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. And Sister Judith is still teaching today.
Whoa.
I know. I want to say she's 84, but she may be 82, but and the St. Mary's Academy has such a fine reputation.
Mhm.
I love her dedication and patience because 80 years, I'd be like, I've got to take a break from the kids.
And I'm resting. I'm taking a nap.
Yeah.
I'm not going in for the first bell. Are you
Yeah.
out of your mind? But that's her. Some people can't
Yeah.
retire,
Yeah.
doesn't suit them.
And it'll be interesting to see if she's kept up with all the technology or, so. And she's science and math, Jeanna, as you are.
Yeah, I was going to say I taught at St. Mary's for a year. I taught biology, and I think she taught chemistry when I was there for that year, if
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gina, are you
one
going to be
time.
at the event in May?
Yeah, I would love to come. I got an RSVP.
It sounds like it'll be a little family reunion for you.
I know.
Yeah.
Yes, hopefully, yes. See the her daughters and her aunt. Connie's going to
Yes.
come in from, yeah.
That's great.
Wow.
Well, I definitely have to come.
Other than attending this event, how can people get involved with 431 Exchange?
Well, of course, with donations at the 431 Exchange, because all the money goes to helping fund the scholarship program. They can, if they wanted to volunteer through our website, 431exchange.org, or just get in touch with me. And, those two things really, the donations, getting involved with us, or just even attending one of our events would be great. And if they know someone who needs a scholarship, who is deserving of the scholarship, of course, check out our website on the scholarship page. Twice a year, again, we award those scholarships.
Awesome. Well, before we wrap up, we love to ask like a fun question, kind of off topic. So for you guys, what is something fun you've learned or taught yourself recently?
Okay, this pop quiz, Jeanna.
I know.
Oh my gosh. Well, being in my 70s, I'm always learning new technology, and kind of don't want to learn it, but you have to learn it. So even today, just getting on Riverside, making sure, you can turn on the mic, being comfortable with that. I'm always learning something on the computer and technology for me.
My hat's
Keep
off
up.
to you, because I'm also learning a lot every day, technology wise, and don't
Yeah.
want to be. So just like sister, I won't be doing that at 80 years old. I
Yeah.
won't be doing that in my 70s. You'll have to send the carrier pigeon. So hats off to you, Jeanne.
Well, okay, today I'll just tell you this. Y'all asked for earphones. So I thought I had those iPod ear things. And so I go get it. I don't even know how to plug it in. And I thought, this is not the time to start learning that.
Yeah.
But I did get it plugged in after finding the right cord. So it's always a challenge. But Jeanna, I'm gonna hand it over to you.
Yeah, I guess the newest thing for me is learning AI and how to integrate it into the classes, because the more I learn, the more I can then teach my teachers how to use AI in an effective way. But right now we're trying to figure out how to not only learn AI for ourselves in creating resources and materials for our students, but also trying to figure out a way to teach our students how to use it responsibly, instead of using it to do the work for them, which a lot of them are getting phone calls home to parents because that's what they're doing. We're trying to teach them how to use it in a responsible way, because it's not to be used to replace them, but to use as a tool. So
As a
just
tool.
trying to navigate that.
That's what's important of AI. I think it can definitely be used as a great tool, but students, well, I mean, everyone has to just learn. It can't replace you. It
Yeah.
can work beside you. You have to wield the tool, if you will.
Right.
Go ahead. I heard today on some program they were interviewing somebody who said, if you don't learn AI, because somebody's going to replace you who knows AI. You're not going to be replaced by AI. The person who knows it really good is going to replace
That
you.
is-
I thought that was interesting.
Catch 22.
I know.
Yeah. During Mardi Gras, I taught myself how to make stilts, and then I walked on stilts for my Mardi Gras costume.
Oh,
What?
Yeah.
Super casual. Just makes
that's
sense.
free.
I wasn't too tall. Maya can attest. I was kind of like NBA player tall. I was like around 7 feet tall. And I'm 5'4", so it felt very tall to me, but I was just kind of a couple inches taller than, a tall guy.
So did you have to make your pants for the stilts?
I did make my pants for the stilts. Yep.
Oh.
She
Yeah.
also made them so she could make them normal length when she took her stilts off. So then she got to keep on her costume and for the rest of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Oh,
Very impressed.
that was smart.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to take out the stilts anytime soon again?
Maybe for this May 13th event. If there's a reason, why not?
You're booked.
That's amazing.
Bye. What about you?
In the vein of AI, I taught myself, I learned about vibe coding. I'd heard the term, thought it was a joke, and then learned, no, it's a real thing. That's how people are building apps and websites and all types of stuff.
App code, yeah, that is not in my wheelhouse. I can assure you.
You know, they're making it easier, but it's still complicated.
Right.
Yeah. Do y'all know that Instagram person, Ron Arlene's? Do y'all know him?
Yes.
Mm-mm.
He's going to be, not emceeing, but he's going to be part of our program on the 13th. And interviewing our
I think
two.
you'd know him if you saw him. He wears glasses. He's not an influencer, but content creator in New Orleans. Yeah.
Does he write about the food and things like that?
Not so much food, but just like New Orleans things.
Culture.
And like the pain, the woes of
The woes. Yeah.
of New Orleans.
He did a video on us, and that's where we got to know him. And so we asked him to be part to interview Sister Judith and Terrence that day.
Exciting.
Nice.
Yeah. So
there's a digital
so
component
all
there.
I'm leaning back to is, yes, the stilts would work.
Okay. I'll just be in the background on my stilts of the video. That's wonderful. Well, how can people find the 431 on socials or just the website? Is there a newsletter?
We're on Instagram under the 431 Exchange, Facebook, and LinkedIn. LinkedIn's under Jeff, so it really would be Instagram and Facebook, 431
Wonderful.
Exchange.
Okay, great. We're so looking forward to the next couple months ahead for 431. And thank you both so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
You're so welcome.
Thanks for listening to Missions Bayou, powered by Comfy Stone. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to follow the podcast wherever you listen. And if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe and drop a comment, letting us know your thoughts and who you'd like to hear from next. We'll see y'all next time.